Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you my everyday hair routine, show you the products I use on a daily basis, and attempt to explain how I style my hair. I really haven't done anything to my hair in a really long time. In fact, I was debating even making this video until I got a trim because I am in need of a trim so badly, it's not even funny. But I figured I'd show you anyways, so if you see me in the next couple weeks and my hair looks different, it's probably because I got some highlights and I got a trim, but I am still going to be styling my hair the exact same way. The reason I haven't gotten my hair done in a really long time is because I was every single color under the sun, from platinum blonde to pretty much I had black hair at one point, brown hair, red hair. I've been every single color. After a couple years of doing that, my hair had enough and it was really bad shape. So I decided to just let it go. I was kind of in hair rehab for like pretty much this entire year. I got highlights put in about, probably at the beginning of the summer, and since then they've grown out quite a bit. When I wash my hair, this is the shampoo that I'm using currently. This is the When by Chasdeen, and I've talked about this before. This stuff is really great. The only thing is I'm not going to be, as you can see, it's almost empty and I probably won't be repurchasing it after that. I kind of treat myself to this every now and then, but it's one of those things that you can see, like I have really long hair, but I go through it really quickly, like crazy. So, and it's not cheap. So I space this out, and I'm really happy because I found an amazing conditioner that's just a conditioner that is an amazing alternative to this, so I'm like really excited about that. But what I do is I use this, and then I'll use a little bit of this John Frieda Root Awakening shampoo that you can get at the drugstore, and I'll only use that around like the roots and the pieces that kind of frame my face. And that will keep them, this is really moisturizing. The John Frieda keeps those areas a little bit more dry, helps keep those areas from getting greasy. And that way I can wash my hair every other day, because I definitely don't like to wash my hair every day. It really dries it out. And as for the conditioner I was talking about, it's Matrix Sleek Look Conditioner. And you can get this at Ulta, but I'll use this just on my ends, and this stuff is unbelievable. Like, I don't want to say this. I feel like this is kind of, I feel like a traitor saying this, but I almost feel like this might work a little bit better than When. This will just really make it soft and shiny and easy to manage. So I will comb through all these products, comb them through my hair using a wide tooth comb, kind of like this one, and I keep that in the shower. Then when I'm done the shower, I'll kind of take my hair, squeeze it out like that gently, and then I'll wrap a towel around my head just to get some of the excess moisture out. And then I will comb through using a comb like this again, from the roots from the ends to the roots, so that you don't break any pieces trying to like comb through up here. I will let my hair up in a clip and let it just air dry for a while, about 10 or 15 minutes. I find it so much easier to dry and the styling goes by so much quicker. But one thing that I do tend to do is I get these little like weird cowlicks right here by my parts. I have like a spray bottle of water, and I'll kind of spray that area to keep that damp so that it doesn't dry funky. And then sometimes before I go back and style, I'll spray it again if it's dried out. So the next thing I do is work my styling products throughout my hair. I've talked about this one before. It's the Redken Body Full Instant Bodifier, and it's kind of like a bubbly foam. Lift up sections of my hair, kind of apply it here and rub it in, and in the back there too, and of course, the other side. If you apply it like right on top of your head, I kind of do it more towards the side. If you apply it right on top of your head, you're just gonna get volume like right here, and it's gonna be like shaped like that. Okay, so the more natural looking way to do it is to do it kind of towards the side, so you get more of a volume like from this direction. This is the Redken Sheer Straight Lightweight Straightening Gel for fine hair, which I have. And this stuff is awesome. You really only need like I'd say like a pea-size amount. And I work that through like my mid-length, or sometimes I'll use this instead, or you can just apply this to the very ends. This is something I talked about before too, the Palmetto Smoothing Skinny Serum. I probably will use this forever as long as they make it. But be careful, after you work this through your hands, wash your hands, you know, wipe off your comb after you comb it through, because if you go back in and try to style your hair and touch your roots, they're just going to get they're going to get greasy if you do that. So then when my hair has gotten to the point where I feel like I can dry it, it's kind of starting to air dry. This is a Remington. Doesn't say anything else on it, but it's a Remington and it's black and it has red buttons. I start off blow drying on low and medium heat, and I just kind of lift up sections and hold them up as my hair slipped over, and I do that until my roots all over are dry, and then I'll flip my hair back over. That is when I actually go and dry these front pieces right away. Even while they're wet, I'll take this brush, which normally I would not use on wet hair. I'm really only like holding my hair out with it, so I'm not really, you know, forcing it through my wet hair. What I'll do is I'll take the pieces that frame my face. There's like hair flying everywhere. Okay. Hold them out like that and just aim my blow dryer at the roots so that they dry straight out. Do that around like all the pieces, all around the front of my face, like to the sides and everything. I'll flip my hair over to one side, and I'll take the blow dryer and with my fingers just start to dry the middle sections, just like that, and like kind of follow my fingers. I'm not actually combing through with my fingers. Like, I'm not going like this because that's gonna be, for me anyways, that's almost impossible to do that. And I'm just kind of like picking up my hair and going like that, and that's gonna semi-straighten it, or at least help it to dry a little bit straighter. I'll flip my hair on the other side and do that on the other side, just the midsection of your hair. You might need to like comb through with a paddle brush, especially once it starts drying and it's safe to comb, you know, brush through your hair. It'll make it easier to do that whole thing. Then what do? Okay, so when it's about 98% dry, except for the ends, I will put up the top half of my hair. Oh yeah, one of these little separating, teasing type combs makes this process so much easier. You can find all these combs at the drugstore, but I'll just like separate my hair like that. Just take the top section. I'm just gonna tie it up for now. Usually I put that up in a clip, but I just use the hair tie because I don't have it here. And then what I'll do is take these sections and I put this attachment. I guess it's some kind of, I don't know what the technical name for this is, but it's like the flat nozzle. And at this point I'll put it on the high speed setting and high heat. Get through, you're gonna spin the brush to get the hair caught up in it. And take it through. Oh yeah, I'm doing this at the same time. So you're just like following it down with your blow dryer pointed in the direction you want your hair to go. So it's going to be pointed down at this point. And then when you get to the ends, I just wrap the ends around the end of the brush, roll it back up, give the middle part a shot of heat, and then kind of try to get to the ends too. But remember, don't hold it right up against it because that's going to damage your hair. So actually pull every section forward around my face. You know, the sides are going to come like this, the back pieces are going to come like this, and then even the back, you're going to roll forward towards your forehead, basically. Take out the front sections like that. Clip my hair back in. So then for the front, I'll just take it and do the same thing. Roll it when I get to the end, wrap the ends like this, and then give it a little bit of a shot of heat. And I'll do that all the way around. Just keep taking sections out of this until you don't have any hair left. These back sections you are going to be pulling forward, down, this looks funny, but down this way. It's harder the lower you get in your head, but just try the best you can. The side sections are going to come around your face. That's how I was taught to blow dry your hair about probably like a year or two ago, and I've been doing it ever since, and I really like it like that. Now if you have shorter, you know, shoulder length hair, I think you'll get a more modern, updated look if you kind of do the same technique but use a paddle brush instead. And you'll get more of a flat look, but it'll still have shape to it. So I think that's a lot more modern than having really super curly sections when you have shorter hair. But it's up to you, guys, you know, that's whatever. At this point you can brush through your hair and you'll be able to see any pieces you missed, you know, check the back. If you see any pieces you missed, you can kind of go through and fix them. The pieces just kind of frame your face, and I don't know, I just like the shape of it and the way it looks. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I tried to explain it the best that I could. I hope you're having a great week, and I'll talk to you guys very soon.